Okay, the main topic in this book is to say that we announced the global slowdown of global economy. And to think about the next 15 years, we tried to describe the six major constraints, the six major headwinds, in order to think about the next year, the next 15 years. So three of these constraints, we already know them. It's about the explosion of inequalities, first. Then it's the massive transfer of industrial activities from developed countries to emerging ones. And then is the financialization of the economy. And today we have three new constraints. The first one is the big debate around the technical progress. The question is, are we living a slowdown of technical progress, or we are just before a big industrial revolution? Second one is the aging population and all the consequences of this. I mean, the additional cost on health, on pensions, on dependency. The other thing is to have a society which is more risk adverse, and maybe the lack of innovation if you have a more aging population. And the final constraint is to say that the big next challenge will be to attract savings. We think that in our future there will have a challenge because the savings rates will probably go down in the emerging countries because of the new social protection, and in the same time with the aging population. And on the other hand is to say that in developed countries we will need to invest much more than before. So the conclusion of these two tensions will have an impact on interest rates. This is why we think that we will have interest rate which will be much more higher than today. And by describing those fixed constraints, we can have in mind the environment of our economy for the next years. So if we want to work on them, we need to keep them in mind and after to try to find solutions. And actually, it's a good thing, because if you read the book, at the end we have conclusion with 5 propositions. 5 and not 6. Even if we have 6 constraints, only 5. Why? Because we say nothing about, and it's this point is the technical progress. Why? Because today when we try to make solution to create the new innovation, is to say we need to invest, 3-4% of GDP into education. But it's just a quantitative tool. And to have disruptive technology, it's not about numbers. You need to have an ecosystem, an environment. It's much more than only 4% of GDP. So this is why the challenge for country today and in our future will be to attract people, to attract talents from all around the world in order to be the leader in technology and in innovation.